and this is gonna go to creation of human expansion. Because anyway, co-creation of not co-creation, but already creation. The product is the product that's already been made of craft that can go to from planet to planet, sun to sun, sun to sun to sun, central sun to greater central sun, therefore back to the solar system, back to other galaxies, and then to the rest of the universe through the spacecraft that we own, that we are, that we make, that we create, that we administrate, facilitate, mentor in a sense, and accelerate. What the being is of the energy of that which creates that which is to become, of the manifestation of creation, to be the facilitator of the very, I don't want to say tool, but I want to use a better word. Let's use the refraction of tool into the introduction of what the contradiction of the opposite of the contradiction of what it would normally be, which would be the spectaculum solis as the brahmachari of the actual very tool of facilitation for the very understanding of the capabilities of that which is already in existence, to therefore accelerate not the secretive, but the liberty of that which frees the strength and the mind to therefore free the very brahmacharian proteum dragonistic construction of transmutation and the production of the not only the four upavidas, but the clarity of the very type of structure that comes from not only indestructibility, and therefore accelerates into that which is to become, which in the future is co-creatability, which may not be co-creatability, but it doesn't matter if it's co-creative or not. It could be singular, it could be individual, it could be understood, and it could be clarified in the very essence of the very clarity in which it's supposed to become in the first place, which is not have anything to do with electricity, but has everything to do with veracity. Not vice. But it's interesting. Next. That was pretty awesome. That was just a whole 3:15. Actually, that's not that impressive. But there is a massive teaching lesson in 3 minutes, but that was not that impressive. I could do better. So I'm gonna try this. Not try. There's no try. Just only do. Wow, so snap, clack, not snap, clack, but snap, clack. Is tremendous. Okay, so basically space mining into the actual creation of the vehicles, which therefore are, in a sense, sold and traded for the bonding of the actual cognizance of what is altruistic teaching, which absolutely is the very essence of freedom, which is bio-creatable. Now, once again, 424. Let's call it 424. Once again, another level of transcendence. I've already walked through everything I walked. Let's do it again. Okay, next level. The very name of it kicks up dust for the very understanding of that which we already understand, which is the clarity that brings us to the fruition of that which is to create, fruition of that which is the very fruit, which is interesting because it's the fruit of the very divination, which is divine, for capacity in the essence of facilitating constructive criticism, which is a very, in a sense, co-creative tool in itself. A co-creative tool, that's in parentheses together, closed and open. Open and closed, I mean to say. Of, in a sense, a very mountain, which is the peak of that which is, as, has been, therefore, then accelerated into climbing. And this is for all of that civilization. That civilization is not limited to that which is described as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ha! This is what planet Earth, which is the wonderful name of planet Earth where it comes in. We are able to not only be, say, that, am, do, feel, anyway, all those verbs. English language doesn't do enough, but what it is, it's really ultimate power for omniscience, omnipotence. That is all that we can be, to all that we can see, to all that we can do. What that means is we are the vessel of creation for the entire universe, and we create multiverses out of the universe that we create, therefore allowing the very facilitation of the very building of the multiverse upon the multiverses upon the universe that we live in. So multiverses are the very tools of our universe that we use, which is absolutely massive. We, quote unquote, may or may not, quote unquote, know, quote unquote, exactly what the type of expansiveness, quote unquote, of this power, quote unquote, and knowledge, quote unquote, true knowledge, quote unquote, exists for this manifestation of creation. Because it's not just what we see in the physical. The mental and emotional is involved, but it's not just about the physical and the mental and emotional that we understand. It's the understanding of the very clarity. And this is interesting because we facilitate it through a very accelerated rate, which is, of course, fast. But the point is, which is not the only point. Let's put it this way. It's a broad shape of cone, not just a cone, but it's a shame. Not a shame. I want to use multiple languages when I describe this word, and I have to describe it in English. I'm honestly, I should know Sanskrit, so I'm studying Sanskrit, so I know it, so whatever. Anyway, the word that I want to get is not cone, and not intuition, but expansionistic control capability of information, integrated independence. English words, right? We use the mind to make sounds out of our mouth. Wow, that's so weird, but we do that anyway. It's not weird because we do that, because it's not do that what makes it weird. Anyway, creation. I'm going to move forward. Manifestation of the very facilitation of the very sense, science, comprehension, physical, mental, adheration, moral, dismoral, advocation for that which is healthy and unhealthy. Facilitating, not facilitating, in terms of the sense of the glands, which glands secrete, gland, make, gland, facilitate, manifest. Envision, light, glow. Actually, it's glow, light, envision, light, glow. Glow for that which is always the soul. The cool thing, which is the cool thing in the very first place. So that which is the origin is therefore. So therefore, that and that is then. That, okay, let's define that. That is then is that is then. Everything I just described in the past 10, I would say, is a... Okay, let's call it this. Let's call it a mixture. It's because what we see in this. Let's call it this. Colors, solids, ether, 3D, physical, super consciousness. Super consciousness. That's a great. Oh, I love that. Super consciousness. Let's do that. Is for, yeah, that. So, this is going in, well, not going in, but is the very narrowness, and I say narrowness because at this point I need to make up new words. Because, so narrowness, faculty and sense, divorce, sense, pinnacle sense, Darwinian sense, ultra Dow, ultranary, ultramute, mutandit. That's one word, mutant, and then mutant, and then mutant. Well, it's a syllable kind of thing, but it's from pronunciation. Wow, look at that. Anyway, blue plastigon von Stagestuhl. Gastitsta fabriken stunste. Gatstit vent everybody's distinction of its stunste. Egresan statistiken stations. What's it body? Got into the Jean. Ability staskin Liste, excessive Bilisco, it was paper, electronical paper, and then electronical datical paper, which is digital comprehension of that which is knowledge, which is true knowledge of comprehension of that which is facilitating the very digital comprehension. See, that's why. Anyway, next, I might as well be anyway.
Stefakos Volition Session Sharks Defense Office as the Bitkinst and uns der Wunsch der Gastste. Constante.
Let me pronounce it. Constante. Volskenstestens, Kalkstenska Wechste, Avostei, Tinskeskniste. Ah, Shinstaka, wirklich Steichlichen Stack Office. Sta. That's what could be practiced. That is Stefa for the facilitation of I delivered a 30 and scan tan ho for boys to stike and stay to the Castro Popcorn stands the figure the Casiato Mazisti po abundant because the country first up the play. Preliminary basket matno. Stis the best the case for just to that but as the heißt stand for homes some great fight the wall zwischen Savo de das is this basket well because which I've already reiterated, the energy that comes from the very vessel that fuels the train system to propel what we already understand is Levite, which is one of the, for example, a French train propelled by magnetic propulsion is not nearly as fast as it could be. Because it is honestly slow compared to the actual physics that can make it go faster, which is the understanding of the physics, which I've already reiterated, but I say that over and 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 over. I literally want faster. Let's put up a basis here, because anything below 1,000 miles per hour is really, really slow. I look at this because you can't have jet fuel with the very type of facilitation or the very type of essence that I want to create in this Kajaniste. Not only is the very vehicle to provide that, but is the vehicle that creates that which is to provide that which is the very facilitation of the very type of mindset that I want to have. Not only the mindset, but the very vehicle combined in the accelerated will. It's not just the vehicle that is the solution. It's the point of the entire model that is the model. Like a landscaping is a landscaping for a backyard, which is a backyard for the landscape, or the backyard for the facilities, and the reason which it is to make it, which is beautiful, to facilitate excellence, which is not just excellence, because excellence isn't even a strong enough word anymore. The emphasis, the emphasis, I can't even say the word properly right now. The emphasis, the Enderinskensenseinvolterm, which is a combination of both those 3D and 4D diagrams into a plasma creation, is the very facilitation of the very tool that allows us for 3D, 5D contra communication. That is the field that I'm working with, which is not just the field. So, it's amazing how I can make something end with so. But it doesn't end, because it's just the beginning of what is the start of a very creative, not complacent, but comprehensive, and then understanding, and facilitative, leadership role, understanding leadership, developing leadership, here's the very, 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 very key. The diversity is such an important essence of element. Element is essence is an element. Essence is element is essence, Einsteinst. I'm combining the languages, so. This is hard. How should I say this? I'll give an analogy for this actual language. The waterfall, which I've already given this example before, but the waterfall is for example, a everlasting fountain to pour into the very endless pool, which is already known due to Vedic, we call it Vedic, but Vedic knowledge, or true knowledge, so yeah, the pool into which not only flows rivers, mountains, but oceans, and therefore hills and seas and bends and sands and beaches, shores, sandy shores, rocky shores, cliff sides, mountain sides, and then some. So that
Tianstivitzen streichende, falschen, streichende, Burgunder, verstechende, legale Forster. Aber der ist der Wunsch. Chazon. Alors, Chazons, à la vision de parce que les vastons sont bon. As kan ik have nästa. Nästa för säg. As kan det sonsta. Jag kan täcka. Well, I think is a boss book. I think can täcka. As have space. No. And it has no. Okay. So translation to English. Okay, I won't translate because that's ridiculous. Necessary. Well, not ridiculous and unnecessary. Saying that the translation is unnecessary, but the translation is necessary. But what I say is the very pump, sweet, just like the heart. The heart pumps glucose. The glucose pumps energy. Energy is energy created from the cell. Created from the cell. Cells created from the glucose, which is created from the glucose of the cell. The production of the energy, which came from the first place, which is the result of the production of what comes from the brain. Not just the brain, but the electrical signals, the electromagnetic signals as well, which is sent from the brain to the brain to the body to the skin to the body to the brain to the blood to the bone to the bone marrow. Marrow is the very marrow of essence of cartilage of strength of essence of therefore. And stich schon. Nächster Sinnstone. I use the Shinsistone. I use the Shinsistone a lot. I go back and forth between those syllables because the syllables are, in a sense, a very, very essence of being. So, I guess to wrap it all up, it's called a summary. It's called a very educative summary. Not that it's about to be about education, but of course everything that we do is about teaching and allegation of degradation, not degradation, but delegation of what is the opposite of degradation. I've already reiterated it, so I don't need to. Well, let's put it this way. I step like a have a mistake, have a mistake, like I get this leg, like I have a mistake. I said, that's actually have it, but I could just lose that. I've got to put the ball, I said, like, I get it, but I get it, and the part of the guy, I have the ball, I the part again, and once and again, and again, stay. And I have states about this condition, should stay. As this disaster most and that's stay. And it was but the guns get ice gonna vom, get the ice gonna advance, get the ice gonna advance stay. And the guns gonna vom, the poem. And but I produce this. Well, I can. I get needs to get the guy and get a crowd. As levels, but I got and it's nice. It's get a home. Fuck it, bus get like what's it called? I get this as was gonna step as gonna can't gonna also scare. It's gonna I have to speak the other language too.
Excuse me. Scramble that roll. Interesting translation, but this my tongue doesn't work the way that, well, it does work, but it doesn't work. It works, but my tongue is freaking crazy, dude. It's not like it's crazy, but it's like this is such a freaking amazing freaking thing that I'm doing. I have to like translate. There are so many languages in the freaking galaxy that I have to somehow translate. Holy cow, it's not... It's not frustrating, but at the same time, I have a lot of patience. So, oh boy. All right, I got it. I got this. So, yeah. What is going on is a very grand facilitation process of the acceleration of very possible, not just possible, but peaceful, not just peaceful, but imminent, and not just imminent, but current. As in the present, as in current at the same time, as in current. As in current and current. We have two words for the same thing in English. So, current as in, well, okay, three, apparently. Current as in water, current as in electricity, as in current, as in the present moment, as in time relation. This is awesome, dude. This is awesome. I am not dissatisfied by being an ambassador. This is super awesome. I'm not gonna lie, this is really great. I love having this opportunity. And I love doing this thing that I do. I don't want to curse. But I will. Because actually I cursed a few times in the other language. I'm a fucking great ambassador. I'm a fucking kick-ass creator. And I'm a bomb-ass fucking galactic citizen facilitating the very acceleration of fun. I'm fucking the shit. I am the greatest thing. That was a quote, which is the quote which is commonly used, but holy and and then I like his freaking awesome. That wasn't actually. It was probably. Oh, Jesus, this is hard.
Co-creation. All right, let's just call it that, please, because this is seriously like it's in a sense it's natural and it's easier that way. It's so much easier. Like if you just speak that, then it's easier than having to translate. See how weird that is? But it makes perfect sense because it's in tune with nature. And we call it in tune with nature because I don't want to describe this, but okay. As listen, Stephen, stick it is a fault by a boot to take a false consist get. It's ganz Stephen gains stake at those distance of by staying regulations from others of all consequences. Trees are creating pollen period. Vessels sees the land, the seeds create the trees from the pollen goes to the seed goes to the ground, tree seed creates the forest is the forest, and the mindset of the very forest of the forest. The mindset of the very tree in the first place, which is the very force of creation of thought form. Form of thought form of thought. Alright. It doesn't really matter, but it does. I mean, it does matter, but it happens anyway. Because it's not intrinsic. Let's see if I find a different word. It's not necessarily innovative. I mean, actually, innovative is a very good word. It's definitely creative, and it's definitely motivative, and it's definitely inspiring. It's also very unique, and it's very thought-provoking. That is the very thing that is the essence of what not only is creation, but not only what is result of the product of the very effect of cause effect cause effect cause effect effect cause effect effect cause effect effect cause consecutive with this cause. Summarized in one word. Well, not one word. That wasn't necessarily a word. Fragment. Let's call it that. But anyway, so when it comes to the translation, that was understood. So therefore, that is the leap of the very. So it's like a C. It's called a C. The C in the English language, the third letter in the alphabet. The C is circular and it has two ends. And those ends meet at a plane, and those planes ignite both. So the plane is infinite, and the ends are infinite because with each end is the beginning, because the beginning had to begin from somewhere. Where do you start? When you write C's, I don't know anybody who starts from the middle of the C and then goes out, and then goes from that middle of the C and then goes out. You write from one end and then you go to the other end. And it's not that it's about that end of circle of best in the sense I would, and it's not about how I'm dictating of the calligraphy of what was calligraphatic in the very first place. I'm just explaining in this language, which is English. English language. Oh my God. English language. English language. English language. I give it like goes dust. I can't try to go. So I fuck can't stick up. Poker several spines, like a disease, so hard to stall. Uncover, all skin first. I got all cold, I got reached there. I got a souls. These thing. I got the stalls, these are which current. You've moved and stalls. I was saying, I don't say, who's gonna spot? Ligas, un propósito, que são três, tenho overnight. So, where's the basket? Well, I listen. So, well, actually, let's see. I'm gonna at least I to this one as we said. So, what I'm saying is, what a lot of that was, which in a sense was, of course, born curiosity, which is one thing. In a sense, it's not, I'm not going to limit it. Okay, so, bone curiosity. We got an attractive attention to a language, which we don't understand, which is a lie, because we do understand it. And there's also wow. So ultimately, no matter what we do, we create. That's philosophy. So what I described is that which is manifestation of creation. In the process of manifestation of creation, the creation manifestation of create, manifest. Therefore. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is your host, Christopher Marcus Bowen, Spindle Level Edition. I translated the best I could those galactic citizens that understand language, those galactic citizens that understand telepathy, and they got it. And the galactic citizens that understand the ascension rate, which has been accelerated, understand. And of course, thank you, other galaxies, for being witness, and I love you as well. And of course, the other galaxies around you in the vicinity, wow, this is super awesome, and I'm very, very thankful, grateful, and very pleasuristic towards this opportunity that I have. Now, well, I'm describing this in the English language, but someone in your galaxy can translate. Alright, so, and let's see, the next 1,000 galaxies, thank you. Thank you very much. You helped the other galaxies. You were there for them. You helped with their creation, but you helped build, learn, teach, and your wisdom could not have happened without the very essence that which you provided. And thank you for the essence. I'm not putting it down, but I'm not stereotyping from the very essence of those 1,000 galaxies. But those galaxies, are amazingly instrumental in the very fruition of what created those galaxies which created this galaxy, or the surrounding galaxies which helped create this galaxy. We are formed from the very formulation of essence, of what you helped provide, which is not a bad thing, but a very good thing. What I mean to say is, we thank you. We thank you for all your positives, for what you may consider negatives, or what you may consider lows, and what you may consider ups, and what you may consider false creations. Because whether it's, well, not false creations, let's use a better word. Mistakes. Because those mistakes are the grandest things that exist in the fullest essence in our surrounding galaxies, which therefore exist in our galaxy. So we thank you and your beings. Very, very enlightened. And just to the Omniverse. This is an honor, a duty, leadership opportunity, a legacy, a creation, an opportunity of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. We will rise.
Good evening, this is your host, well, to Earth and all. Good evening, this is your host, Christopher Michael Curtis Bowen. Thank you for listening.